Welcome to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, MC and DJ at one of the largest Corvette weekends in the country, Corvette Fun Fest, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 40 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette. Brought to you by Mid-America Motorworks. Pursue your passion at mamotorworks.com. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, Alexa or Hey Google, play the podcast called Corvette Today, and you're connected. Also, visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteTodayPodcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you visit the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also sign up for Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at corvettetoday.ck.page. And don't forget, join the Corvette Today Facebook group. We have over 3,000 members, and I'd love to have you as a member as well. I'm also excited to tell you about the new YouTube channel for Corvette Today. See your favorite Corvette Today podcasts now on YouTube. First, I'd like to thank our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique design styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an absurd value starting at only $19.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT100 for Corvette Today 100 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com. That's AEROLARRI.com and use the promo code CT100 for your $100 discount. Also, Corvette Fever magazine. Corvette Fever has been relaunched with an online and printed version. The online version has incredible interactivity with hidden photos and information, and the printed version is nothing like you've ever seen before, huge and glossy. Get your free online version at CorvetteFeverMag.com. You can also sign up for the printed version there as well. Corvette Fever magazine, come along for the ride. Also, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Also, a shout out to CanadianCorvetteForum.com, welcoming Corvette owners from around the world. To begin 2022, I wanted to start off the new year by doing a Corvette check-in. Let's talk with some of our friends of the show to wish them a happy new year and to see what the new year holds for them and their company. First, let's check in with my buddy John Kraman, the TV co-host from the Mecum Auctions. Mecum had an outstanding 2021 and has many exciting things happening in this new year as well. John, first, happy new year. Welcome back to the Corvette Today podcast.
Hey, Steve. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Always a pleasure to talk Corvettes with you.
Well, John, I know that you guys had a phenomenal 2021, and you've got a great lineup of shows and cities you're going to in 2022. Give us an overview of what's coming and what you did this year.
Well, now, Steve, that we've got clarity on our completed 2021, another record-breaking year for Mecum Auctions. In 33 years of business, we'll be starting our 34th year in 2022. And it looks like $550 million in the sale of collector vehicles was accomplished by Mecum. Another new record, and that beats 2020, the previous record, by well over $100 million. And it's really a testament to two things. Number one, all the effort on the entire staff and our consigners and our buyers and even our spectators to add energy to our events. Kudos to all of those, but the collector car market in general is really hot right now. So good time to be playing with fun cars.
That's amazing numbers, John. Talk about the upcoming lineup for this year.
Really, really excited about the schedule that's been put together for 2022. As is Mecum tradition, we kick off the year with our biggest auction. In fact, it's the world's biggest collector car auction. That is Kissimmee, Florida. Listen to this. 11 days, 3,500 cars, runs January 6th through the 16th. And we're looking to sell somewhere in the $150 million worth of collector vehicles at that one single auction. We'll see how that plays out. Late January, we had to Las Vegas for our motorcycle auction, which is the world's largest vintage motorcycle auction. Once again, back to Glendale. That's the Phoenix area in Arizona. 1,500 cars, 4 days, and that'll be March 16th through the 19th at State Farm Stadium. Houston, another tradition. That's 1,000 cars there, 3 days, March 31st through April 2nd. Indy, that's our spring classic, the granddaddy of all Mecum Auctions, our 34th annual. That'll be 3,000 cars, 9 days, runs May 13th through the 21st. Tulsa, Steve, for our second year, we'll set a target of 1,000 cars. That'll be 3 days, June 9th through the 11th. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, we're back after a 2-year absence.
Wow.
Due to the virus situation has prevented us from having the facility there. So we're back in a big way. 1,200 vehicles planned, 4 days, July 27th through the 30th. Monterey, our flagship prestige auction, only 600 entries running over 3 days, but that is our highest single dollar amount per vehicle of all the Mecum Auctions. That's August 18th through the 20th. Dallas, 4 days, 1,000 cars, September 7th through the 10th. Chicago, 3 days, 1,000 cars, October 13th through the 15th. Las Vegas, 1,000 cars, 3 days, November 10th through the 12th. And we finish out our year with one of our favorite auctions. Always get a chance to see you there as well, my friend. Kansas City is on our schedule, 700 cars, 3 days, December 1st through the 3rd. Going to be a busy year, my friend.
Oh, my gosh. That's a hell of a lineup, John. And I'm so glad to hear you're coming back to Kansas City. Now,
yes,
I know Corvettes are a strong performer at the Mecum Auctions. Give us some stats about Corvettes and how they are at Mecum.
Well, it may or may not be a surprise to your listeners that Corvettes are the number one model in quantity at a Mecum auction, representing roughly 10% of the inventory. Check this out. At our Kissimmee, Florida auction, we're expecting 3,500 cars. We already have 371 as of today, and we're still booking. 371 Corvettes consigned, all 8 generations. And check out what the mix is. You're going to really enjoy this. C1s, 63 consigned. C2s, 99 consigned.
Wow.
C3s, 91. C4s, 46. C5s, 34. C6s, 16. Your favorite, the C7, 13 consigned. And there are 6 of the current generation C8 Corvettes consigned for a total of 371. How's that for a heck of a Corvette mix?
That's amazing. A Corvette lover can find any car they want at that Mecum auction, can't they?
Yeah, from $5,000 to $1 million and beyond. Pretty nuts.
Unbelievable, buddy. Hey, and I know for 2022, Mecum has moved to a new host. And I think this is kind of your breaking news here with us. Give us the details on where Mecum has moved and the backstory behind that as well.
Man, it is such a big deal, Steve. As your listeners may or may not know, our current channel, we've been on since 2014, is NBCSN. Well, the parent company, NBC, has decided to shut down NBCSN. It's going dark, going off the air, nothing to do with Mecum. So we had to find a new home, and all the stars aligned perfectly. Beginning with 2022 on a multi-year contract, we switch over to the unbelievable great folks at Motor Trend TV. Also, we'll be on Motor Trend Plus for the folks that stream, but linear television will be there on Motor Trend TV, and of course that kicks off in 2022. And we could not be more proud and excited about going to really what's considered to be the world's largest automotive media specialist, the Motor Trend Group in general. And we're coming back with our same identical crew. No changes to the announced staff or to the way that we're handling the broadcast at all. So it's going to be business as usual, just on Motor Trend TV and Motor Trend Plus. It is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to kick it off with 24 hours of coverage at world's largest collector car auction, Kissimmee, in mid-January.
Fantastic, buddy. That's great news. And you're breaking it here on the Corvette Today podcast. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, my friend.
You know, the big buzz in the Corvette world right now is the new Z06. What's your impression of this new monster?
Yeah, pretty impressed. Had a chance, was lucky enough to make it out to the Peterson Museum the week of the reveal. The official reveal was on a Tuesday. I wasn't able to make it out to the Peterson until the Friday, but they left 2 Z06 C8s there for display, and I had a chance to look at the cutaway vehicle that was yellow, unbelievable. And then they had a red mist 3LT wrapped natural convertible there to look at that was an absolute showstopper. I really think it's a step in the right direction, as Corvette tradition is always to continue to sort of raise the bar after the introduction introduction of a new model going from 490/495 horsepower, depending on the exhaust of a standard Stingray, to the 670 horsepower flat plane crank monster of a power plant is really headline-making news. Just talking with a lot of the Corvette dealers and folks out there that we all know, and they are just being overrun with interest, and pre-orders on the Z06 guaranteed to be an instant collectible.
Absolutely right. Now, John is a C8 owner as well. John, talk about your C8 Corvette and some of the fun that you've had with that car.
Yep, had it now for just exactly 1 year. It's a 2020, kind of lightly optioned. That was intentional. I ordered it. Took me 16 months to get it. It's a Elkhart Lake Blue with Sky Cool Gray seats, 1 LT, 3 options, performance exhaust, bright red calipers, and chrome badges. $61,885 was the MSRP. Around 4,000 miles on it now, had the first service done, and I could not be more impressed with the car. And I got to tell you, as much as I'm looking forward to driving the Z06, the 495 horsepower LT2 in the regular Stingray is plenty of street performance for me. I also had a chance, don't know if you know this, Steve, I did have a chance to take advantage of the Corvette Owner School out at Spring Mountain Raceway out in Pahrump, Nevada. Did that back in October, the 2-day school. Everybody that went to the school told me you won't believe how great it is. It's fabulous. They're unbelievable. I knew it was going to be good. All of those comments, all those accolades were spot on. Anybody that's listening, if you have the opportunity to go to the school at the discounted rate during the first year ownership of your new C8, take advantage of it, and it's even worth it to pay the full list price and go, even if you're not a C8 owner or you have let that expire. It's an unbelievable experience. You will learn so much about the car and about how it performs and works at the limit. The memories will last a lifetime, and the pictures go along with it. What a way really to shake hands with the incredible performance of the C8 Corvette and do it safely under some controls. Unbelievable.
Absolutely right, buddy. I went to that for the C7, and it's like Top Gun for Corvette. They teach you to drive that car to the edge of the envelope. It's a phenomenal school, and just like you said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll never, ever forget.
Well said.
Buddy, thank you so much for being on the Corvette Today check-in. I really appreciate it. We will have you back on the show, and coming up, we'll have more of our Corvette check-in here on Corvette Today.
VetteFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25, and every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetteFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada, and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetteFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Mid-America Motorworks has been the industry leader and aftermarket supplier and manufacturer of Corvette replacement parts and accessories since 1974. We have what you need for all years and generations of Corvette. Whether you need a door panel or seat cover for your C1 Corvette, or the latest shirt, jacket, hat, or lifestyle accessory to complement your new C8, you can get it at Mid-America Motorworks. So if you're restoring, repairing, replacing, or simply researching your Corvette, Mid-America Motorworks is the place to go. Visit our website at mamotorworks.com and shop Corvettes by generation or specific year. Or call us Monday through Saturday, toll-free at 800-500-1500 and talk to one of our Corvette experts to help you get the right part or accessory. Pursue your passion with Mid-America Motorworks.
And now, back to Corvette Today with your host and my husband, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, brought to you by Mid-America Motorworks. Pursue your passion at mamotorworks.com. My next guest on Corvette Today is the #1 Corvette salesperson in the world. He sold over 5,000 Corvettes in his career, and as a matter of fact, we'll get an update on that number and find out more what he expects when sale number 6,000 comes up. I'd like to welcome back to the program from Criswell Chevrolet in Gaithersburg, Maryland, Mike Furman. Mike, welcome back to Corvette Today.
How are you doing, Steve?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on the show, buddy, to start 2022. Happy New Year, by the way. Now, as of December 2021, how many cars have you delivered?
Well, Corvettes, I'm at 5,305 right now, and I hit 5,000 on May 29th. So since May 29th, obviously I've done 3 Corvettes in the last few months. Everybody always forgets that I got 8,000 others.
Yes. Corvettes are not the only thing you sell, right?
Right.
When do you estimate Corvette number 6000 will be delivered?
I didn't think about it until the other day. I think it'll be spring of 23 is my guess. It could be sooner, but time will tell. I'll probably do 600 this coming year, somewhere in that range.
That's amazing. Buddy, let's talk about your dealership, Criswell Chevrolet, because you guys sell at MSRP. Talk about that and the effect on other dealerships who sell at a quote-unquote market value adjustment.
Well, I've always said that I'd rather have 1 million customers than $1 million, and it'll reap the benefits down the road in referrals and people coming back to buy other vehicles, not just Corvettes. I sell a lot of other vehicles to my Corvette customers. They wouldn't come back if I wasn't treating them right. And clearly, I don't believe anything over MSRP is the correct way to go.
That's awesome. Now, I know you don't know what new colors are coming out, even though, we've seen some glimpses of some of the leaked colors. But my question to you is, buddy, what colors would you like to see for 2023?
Well, I really liked the Laguna Blue from 14, 15, 16. Clearly I did because I owned a 14 Laguna Blue, a 15 Laguna Blue, and a 16 Laguna Blue. So I'd like to see something like that come back. But, Elkhart Lake Blue is just a shade darker, and it's a great color.
What other colors do you think might come out? I've seen a lot of people wanting that green, that Lamborghini green.
I don't see that coming out, but you never know. They have been looking at the exotic car world colors, obviously, with the new orange and the rapid blue and things like that. Those are clearly exotic car colors. The one thing I think is going to happen and people don't realize is that it's the 70th anniversary for the Corvette in 2023, the model year. I know Harlan Charles always does a great job with colors and packages and special editions and anniversary editions. So I expect him to come out with something pretty unique for the 70th anniversary.
I agree. Tell me what you foresee for 2022 and especially 2023 with the new Z06 Corvette coming out.
What you see is what you get. GM will put out the information in a timely fashion. They always do. I was at the Z06 reveal. It was tremendous to be there. I know that obviously the Z06 is going to be a 2023 model year. And it was pretty interesting to see on the coupe in the bottom of the glass where the floating glass is, where the engine is.
Right.
It had 70th anniversary engraved in the glass in red. That looked pretty cool. Don't know if they're going to carry that over. That was just a spec model, but it's something to talk about, that's for sure. And if they do that, then where are they going to do it on the convertible? Different piece of the glass or what? But they'll come out with something, though. They'll probably start production summer of 22, and it'll be fun.
I can't wait for that new Z06, buddy. When you and I were there at the reveal, that thing is a monster. It's a real beast, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's a beast in the right way. It's obviously 21st century technology, and it's incredible with the mid-engine design. It's definitely a world-class sports car, just like the C8 is.
Absolutely. Well, buddy, thanks for taking the time to be on our Corvette Today check-in. Happy New Year, happy 2022, and all the best in the upcoming year.
Happy holidays, Steve.
Stick around. Our final segment of the Corvette Today check-in 2022 continues after this break.
American Hydrocarbon, your one-stop shop for custom interior, exterior, and engine bay items for your C4 through C8 Corvette. We can help you create a custom look for your Corvette with carbon fiber or 10 different color patterns and styles. We've served customers in over 28 countries all around the world. Whether it's a custom-made engine cover for your new C8 mid-engine Corvette or custom-made C4 interior upgrades, American Hydrocarbon can help you transform your Corvette into a best-in-class show car. Our products have been featured in Vette and Corvette magazines, so give us a call. 813-476-5638. That's 813-476-5638. And now we're proud to announce that we can produce and distribute officially licensed GM products with the C8 Corvette. That includes the front splitter, the side skirts, engine appearance panels, and engine fluid caps. See everything on our new updated website, AmericanHydrocarbon.com.
Hey, honey, are you awake?
I am now.
I can't sleep. Since turning 50, I keep dreaming of a red door and a blue door, somehow knowing there are only choices for retirement.
Okay.
Through the red door, we outlive our money. We have to rely on our kids. We're stuck on a fixed income. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would suck.
But through the blue door, our money outlives us. We retire on our terms. Our kids stay our kids, not our caretakers. We make work optional.
Yes, that's much better. That's what what I want too. But what do we do?
We call True Wealth & Company at 913-653-8783. They specialize in helping successful people make work optional. They're our fiduciary Blue Door personal wealth managers.
Hey, where are you going? It's 3 a.m.
I can't sleep. I'm going to check out True Wealth & Company online at retirewithtrue.com. That Blue Door is going to be our retirement.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
You're listening to the Corvette Today podcast with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thank you very much for checking out Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette. Brought to you by Mid-America Motorworks. Pursue your passion at mamotorworks.com. My next guest on the Corvette Today check-in is the Director of Collections and the Curator for the National Corvette Museum, Derek Moore. We're going to get you current and up-to-date at the museum, plus take a look into the future of the National Corvette Museum on today's show. Derek, Happy New Year. Welcome back to Corvette Today.
Hey, thanks, Steve, and Happy New Year to you as well, and hope all your holidays went wonderful.
It was great. It's time to get on to 2022, though, buddy.
It is. It so is.
Well, Derek, for 2022, tell me what exhibits you currently have there at the National Corvette Museum and what exhibits are coming up later on this year.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously we have all of the, what we would call the core narrative exhibits, the gateway that talks about the early days of Corvette history, the nostalgia area, and then, of course, performance, and then the Sky Dome. But, in the exhibit hall right now, of course, we have Corvette Powered going on, which is really a look at how significant the small block Chevy engine that Ed Cole developed and has been so prolific with Corvette, but its reach more globally in the non-Corvette sense. And that's the exhibit where we're looking at the use of it in Italian sports cars like the Isos and the Bizzarinis, American race cars like the Scarab, and cars like that. As I like to say, there's not a single Corvette in there, but there's all Corvette engines in there.
Very nice. What exhibits are coming up for the 2022 season?
Well, we've got some cool stuff coming up. I will say I'm excited about this year. The big thing we're doing is we're bringing in a traveling educational exhibit. It's Hot Wheels Race to Win. So it's an exhibit developed by Mattel Hot Wheels and the Indianapolis Children's Museum. It's really more about the science of racing and what race teams go through to be successful and win out on the racetrack, but it's all done from the perspective and kind of learning level of kids playing with Hot Wheels. So it really is that STEM exhibit, but really aimed at helping children understand how racing is so integral to the automotive world and what it takes to race through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but using something they understand, which is a Hot Wheels. I mean, every kid has a Hot Wheels, right? At least one. I mean, I had hundreds. So it's really exciting. And then we're going to be installing also an all-new exhibit in the museum proper, not just that rotating exhibit hall, called Driven by Design. And it is going to be a look at how the design of Corvette and the designers within General Motors have really influenced the evolution of Corvette. So how have we gotten from where we were in 1953 to where we are today? And with the mid-engine platform and, of course, the big news of a certain Z06 coming out again, what has it taken to get us from the beginning to where we are today, but really looking at it through the design perspective. There will be a little bit engineering in there, but more so the design story and how they have played that role bringing us to where we are today.
That sounds awesome, Derek. I can't wait to see the Hot Wheels and that new exhibit as well. Let's also talk about some of the upcoming events for 2022 at the National Corvette Museum.
Yeah, of course, we're going to have all the standard events, right? We're going to have Bash, we're going to have Anniversary, Vets and Vets, all of that. They're going to be full of content and full of information. One of the big hopes this year is that we're going to bring more of the museum portion of this into the events. So we're making a big push to tell more of that past and present story of Corvette. We're obviously still going to have GM there, and they're going to be talking about the future because the future of Corvette is huge, right? As we've already said, the Z06 coming out. One of my big pushes when I started, actually coming up on 5 years ago, hard to believe, was to get the collection out and let people see the collection and hear the collection. For the last 4 years, we've been doing demonstration runs. So we'll get 3 of the cars out, we'll fire them up, drive them around the grounds, around the front logo circle, and then we'll talk about them. So I think people can expect to see even more of stuff like that coming out in these events and talking about the history of Corvette. Who knows? Maybe this year we might be leaning heavily on talking about the history of the Z06 version of the Corvette.
Yes, very nice. Well, and also congratulations on your upcoming 5-year anniversary. It's been fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
You bet. Buddy, let's talk a little bit about the recovery since the tornado. Give me an update on the National Corvette Museum, and also let's talk about the Motorsports Park as well.
Sure, yeah. Obviously, it was devastating storms that hit the area. 4 states, as far as I know, the tornado stayed on the ground the longest in history. So this was obviously a devastating storm. The museum proper, the museum itself, we didn't take too bad of damage. We had a little bit of light roof damage. It was patched the next day.
Great.
And all was good. All was great. Collections were safe. Our entire staff was safe. I mean, just amazing. Unfortunately, the Motorsports Park seems to have taken a direct hit from one of the what is believed to be 2 tornadoes. There may have been a third. I know there were 4 over the time period of the storms, and they're still trying to figure that all out. But the staff that was in the next morning, that Saturday morning, checking on the museum. Of course, we had Motorsports Park staff checking on the MSP. We all met up at the museum shortly after everybody was able to evaluate what happened. After those of us that were on the museum side figured out what was going on there, and that we were pretty safe. We didn't have power, we didn't have internet, stuff like that. So obviously the museum was shut down for the weekend, as everyone knows. But all of us jumped in our vehicles, went over to the MSP. I grew up here in Michigan, grew up on a big farm. So the first thing I did before I left my house was threw my chainsaw in. I threw everything I could think of that I would need. When we got to the MSP, those chainsaws came out. We were clearing trees to help get into the area, just trying to clean up and figure out exactly what happened, what next steps were. We got a hold of insurance, everybody that needed to get out and check things, structural engineers, everybody. We want people to be safe.
Right.
You got to check everything out. So everything was checked. There's a game plan moving forward. The road to recovery is underway. They're already knocking it out, and they're opening for touring laps in late December. It only took about 2 weeks to get things rolling again there. They're just pushing forward. They're not going to let this be a setback.
That's fantastic. What a great recovery. And also museum deliveries of cars have resumed as well, correct?
Yes, yeah. Museum deliveries have resumed. There was only a little bit of downtime. We jumped right back in there. And I mean, we want to get people their cars, right?
Sure.
They've been waiting for this mid-engine car. There's been setbacks along the way, but we're getting them out to them, and we're making happy Corvette owners every day.
That's wonderful. Also, Derek, your new president and CEO, Sharon Bronner, was on Corvette Today about a month ago. She was on episode 86 at the beginning of December. Now, I know she's been there a relatively short amount of time, but talk about her influence on the museum to date.
Certainly, yeah. I think when she started, she said she would stop counting at day 100. The tornado hit on day 100, so she continued to count after that. She felt like that wasn't quite the day to stop counting, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, Sharon has honestly been fantastic. She came in, of course, everybody knows, about 20-year background at the Country Music Hall of Fame. She's got a great museum background behind her. It's just an absolute pleasure to work with her. She was always on what I call or what we in the museum world call the earned income side, the revenue side of the museum field. She didn't ever do a lot with collections, which is my world in the museum.
Right.
She came in and she did exactly what she was going to say. She was going to listen. She was going to talk to everybody, figure out what the staff saw, what we thought, and kind of what she could help to guide and change. As she likes to say, and we all like to say, take the museum from good to great, just take it to that next level. It's just been really refreshing, let's say, not to put anything on anyone from the past. We're in a great place. We're a stable museum, especially coming out of COVID. I have so many friends in the museum field and know people in other museums. Nonprofits are struggling with visitorship being down, guests not coming in, your earned income takes a hit. The NCM's been very fortunate. We had Wendell who built the place up and just made it fantastic. And so now Sharon can take that and push forward. We're obviously continuing the renovation work that we've been doing on exhibits. She's full on to push forward. Right now, we're looking at putting together a plan to completely revamp and actually make a little bit larger kids area for inside the museum. So almost a whole new educational center within the museum. Everybody probably knows the kids zone is fairly small. So we're digging in. We're committed to making a larger area for the kids and make it more than just an area the kids can go play, but make it an actual educational experience within that area to really teach the kids what is now being referred to, I mentioned STEM earlier, but STREAM, science, technology, robotics, engineering, art, and mathematics. So really everything that goes into the auto industry. Hopefully educating these kids and inspiring them to go into the automotive field and push this automotive world forward.
Fantastic, Garrett. Get them started early, that's for sure.
Oh, exactly.
Well, buddy, thank you so much for taking time to be on our first episode of 2022 of Corvette Today. All the best in 2022, Derek, and I'll see you at the Bash coming up.
Fantastic, Steve. Well, I appreciate you letting me be on the first episode and giving that update. We look forward to you visiting and seeing what we're up to.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, and please be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today podcast. And also thanks to our flagship sponsors, Mid-America Motorworks. Pursue your passion at mamotorworks.com. American Hydrocarbon at AmericanHydrocarbon.com. True Wealth and Company at RetireWithTrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the promo code CT100 at Aerolarri.com.
You've been listening to Corvette Today with Steve Garrett. If you'd like to contact Steve with any thoughts on the podcast or ideas for guests on Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. Or connect with Steve on social media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using @SteveGarrettDJ. Thanks again for listening to Corvette Today.